Well, I'll go ahead and get started here. Why don't we start with Miguel? Miguel, let us know the latest at Comerica Bank, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. So some news I wanted to share with everybody when we were recently made aware of here at Comerica. So it's been announced that Comerica has been acquired by Fifth Third Bank, a Midwest bank. The acquisition, I should say, is set to complete at the end of the first quarter in 2026. So this is something that the bank's been looking at for about a couple of months now in making sure how America can stay competitive and strategic and considering the climate for the financial industry and things like that. And the best way to better serve our customers and our business model would have been definitely to be acquired by a different bank, which will help us expand our digital capabilities. It's going to actually inject more money into like community commitments. So, Alan, something that we could possibly look forward to next year is more events like we used to. There's going to be more funding for that. And the Fifth Third is so with the merger, it's going to make it the ninth largest bank in the U.S. with about a total of 200 and almost 300 billion in assets. So here at Comerica, we're actually pretty excited because Fifth Third is expanding into the California market, which is great news for the banking centers because we will maintain the staff and the banking centers. And they're looking to add about 90 more banking centers across California within the next 4 years. So that's pretty exciting. So we're going to see lots of changes coming up. What it means to our customers and to anybody, it's just pretty much business as usual. Fifth Third does have the same customer experience expectations and commitments to its clients that Comerica has. So on that level, we're both pretty much on par and we are expecting a smooth transition. But Comerica Bank, as you know it, we will be known as Fifth Third, possibly by the end of the first quarter next year. The rebranding and all that will take a couple of more months. So you probably won't see Fifth Third logos and branding till about, I want to say July or August of next year. So that's the latest here at Comerica. Right now, we're still offering, though, our competitive CD rates, a 60-day 4.25. Deposits is something we're definitely going after right now. And lending as well. Lending rates have dropped quite a bit, especially for our equity line. So just some news I want to share with everybody here at Power Partners. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Right. Any questions for Miguel? So with that merger, though, nothing changes for you and your staff?
Correct. For most of the banking centers, actually for all the banking centers here in California, they're all staying put because since Fifth Third, like I mentioned, is expanding into the California market, this is something new to them. So all the banking centers will stay, staffing will stay. The one job family, being honest, that might get transitioned out is the teller role, only because most banks have replaced tellers with like universal bankers, which is like personal bankers that can do cash handling and account openings. But that probably won't take place till mid next year, anyways, as well. And to be honest, here in Comerica, we only have about 12 actual tellers left. And most of them were bankers with cash boxes. But for us here right now, it's all of us are staying put.
And then what would the new banks look like? Where would they go in the city?
So we don't know yet. They're scouting out locations. As you know, here in California, the real estate market's pretty expensive. But here, like in the Long Beach, LA County area, we are expecting probably an additional 15 more. I just don't know which areas are going to drop them in.
Okay. So
question. How active is Comerica Bank in basically single family condo fourplex lending? Are you mostly business banking?
No, we're pretty active. Our consumer lending side is pretty strong in that. It's gotten very competitive recently, especially with our HELOC products, but we do offer a single family duplex. We can do up to 4 units in the consumer lending side.
Okay. Other banks, some local small banks I work with, I do their turn downs. People come in for home equity lines of credit and stuff, and they don't either have the income or the FICO or whatever. And oftentimes I can do a loan because my qualifications are substantially less.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking to maybe we can set up a meeting or something. I can come by your office, but set up so that I can, kind of do your turn downs or because I don't compete with any of your other products.
Right. No, absolutely. We do get some turn downs that definitely don't fit into our box, our credit criteria. But that definitely that'd be a good idea.
Perfect. I'll reach out to you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hopefully you guys have a power partner connection there.
Yeah.
So let's move next. Thank you, Miguel. Let's move next to Jeff Hakim. How you doing, Jeff?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. How's the commercial real estate market now?
It's good. We've been super active. We have a good array of clients and projects we're working on. We're still selling the office condos down in Costa Mesa, but those are going really well. The second floor, which was the first phase, finished earlier in the year when we sold 3 units as soon as that completed. And then the second phase, which is the first floor, is getting completed this week. So we're excited to hopefully sell a few more units there. And the project just came out just amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we're really excited to get more and more people through and hopefully get that off the books by the end of the year.
How many
Outside of
do you
that,
have left?
so there's 10 in total, and we have 3 are sold, all on the second floor. And then we have obviously 7 left, and we have an offer on one of them. So hopefully soon to be 6 left.
I mentioned this before about having maybe a mixer, an event there at some point. Is that possible or to get more attention?
I think we could arrange that. Absolutely. We're probably going to be doing a broker event there. I'd say by the end of the month, but realistically early next month. But yeah, we're happy to utilize that as much as possible. We have to
Yeah,
figure out the logistics, obviously, but
because the units are like the building itself is finished. Is that completed?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, it's the entire building is done. It's just finishing up all the final touches on the ground floor units.
Okay. All right, good. So just another reason to get people together in person, but bring attention to a member is what that would be for. Maybe early next year or something.
If we still are in control of the project, sure, but hopefully those will all be sold by then and we'll be
Okay.
on to bigger and better.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, any questions for Jeff?
I don't have a question, but I've gone to the website and on
Mhm.
that project, it's really nice. And I like looking at the floor plans, figuring out what's where, but it looks like it's
Mhm.
a really nice setup. And it looks like the drawing were you gonna have like a restaurant or something on the outside or?
That was in the initial thoughts, but we got
Okay.
rid of that a long time ago. So you just see that signage. It's on an old rendering, but that's not
Okay,
accurate. Yeah, it was going to be too much with the city to bring in a restaurant and change the use since it's an
yeah.
office project, since it's an office building. It
Okay.
wasn't
Well,
worth it.
overall, looks really nice, the project.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's the Ferrari of office space in the area. I mean, it's essentially a brand new building with just high-end Class A finishes. And there really just isn't anything like it in anywhere in Orange County.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then hopefully might lead to you with the Murphy Bed showroom will start to take effect. Hopefully those conversations will start next week when he finishes with his eye surgeries or whatever he's doing with his eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're here. We're locked and loaded. So
Okay.
thank you for that. Mhm.
Yeah, good, good. All righty, let's go to Tom. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good, doing good. I was on mute there.
We have a couple of guests. Why don't you explain what you do? One's a financial advisor, actually.
Oh, okay. I do reverse mortgages exclusively. I've been in the mortgage business a little over 40 years, concentrating on reverse mortgages since 2008. Who's the financial planner?
Carlos.
Oh, Carlos, nice to meet you. Yeah, I work with a lot of financial planners. That's really where I get my business. Attorneys, trust attorneys, CPAs, enrolled agents. I work with some local banks and do their turn downs. So I'd love to get together with you and educate you to what reverse mortgages are, and potentially you might have some clients that I can assist.
Any questions for Tom? Just how is Tom, how is it, like, what is the sales cycle for a reverse mortgage? How long does it take to get somebody funded or in line?
It can take anywhere from 15 days to 3 months. It depends on the clients, what their situation is. It's a loan that's very specific to what the client wants to accomplish. Maybe they're buying a house with a reverse mortgage. That could take a couple of months if they haven't found a property. If they want to refinance their existing mortgage, eliminate their house payment, and they are wanting to move quickly, I can do it in 15 days. So it really depends on what the individual client is trying to accomplish and how quickly they can react.
Right. And I know we gave you a lead through Arlene for somebody for a reverse mortgage, but it didn't go through, right?
The client, potential client, was very, very hesitant, really was not open to discussion, had some preconceived concepts that were not correct. Sounds like the neighbor had a cousin twice removed who was in another state who had a negative reaction to reverse mortgage, and she did not want to listen. She wouldn't meet. She canceled several meetings that I had set up with her. So that's why that did not move forward. People need to, and what I like them to understand, this is not I'm not there to sell them anything. I'm there to educate them. A lot of what is around reverse mortgages is very bad information, not accurate. So people come in with perceived ideas of what this is, and what I try to do is educate them and give them actual information. If it works for them, that's great. And if it doesn't, they will soon understand why it doesn't, and it's not the product for them.
Okay. Yeah. So Tom has a podcast for Carlos and Patrick. We have a podcast with everybody here on this call has one. Here comes our new member. And it allows us to get all the details out of, about your business. We get into the weeds. We use that content for introductions. So a meeting like this, it's hard to get every aspect of a person's business. And some businesses are more complicated than others. So the podcast helps us get that content, and we're able to boil that down for people to educate them about your business. So thank you. There's Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. We'll get to you in a second here. Let's go over to Mark. How you doing, Mark? Thanks, Tom. We're going to go to Mark now.
Okay.
Thanks, Al. Doing fine here. We do all kinds of debtor credit work, trustee work, receivership work. I always get asked the question, so I've got some information here. What do I see out there in the bankruptcy world? Seeing a lot of issues, lower income Americans and car payments, a lot of defaults on car payments going on right now. And that's leading to some lenders like First Brands who have probably overly leveraged their auto loan portfolios. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Quite a few hospital bankruptcies that are being filed across the country right now. We represent a landlord in one of those and a couple creditors in another one. And the transportation sector, a lot of transportation companies, in fact, 5 Chapter 11 filings in the transportation industry in the first 2 weeks of October. I actually filed an involuntary petition against a company called Deliver It, and I was successful in pushing them into a bankruptcy on behalf of my petitioning creditor clients. So that was a victory. Unfortunately, I don't know. We won the battle. I don't know if we're going to win the war on that one, but anyways, got them into a bankruptcy. So that's kind of what is going on in the bankruptcy world right now.
How did they find you as a lawyer? How did they reach out to you?
I get referrals from a lot of, as a former CPA, I network with a lot of CPAs, and I get a lot of referrals from CPAs, and I've also done my fair share of state court business litigation work. And so I network with a lot of business litigators, and I get a lot of referrals from them. So that's really my source. My partner, Rob, gets a lot of referral from other bankruptcy professionals. That's never really been good, but he's a subchapter 5 trustee. So, and has always done a lot of trustee work. So he gets a lot of referrals from other bankruptcy attorneys. I've always gravitated towards outside the bankruptcy professional world. So I don't get a lot of my referrals from other bankruptcy attorneys, because typically the referral from another bankruptcy attorney is a conflict. If I put a company into a bankruptcy, sometimes the principals need their own representation for a variety of reasons. And so I would refer out the principals to another bankruptcy attorney. And I do get those on occasion, but the vast majority of my referrals are from CPAs and business litigators.
CPAs and business litigators. Okay. These things with the hospitals, what about, like, are you like what you just described? Is that kind of like canary in a coal mine? Are we looking at, like, because like a lot of these defaults in auto loans and stuff, they're happening now?
Yeah, it could be. You never know until the canary flies out, right? So, or doesn't fly out, I should say. So these are just what I'm seeing out there. You don't know how systemic it's going to be. How many more dominoes are going to fall when a certain sector starts, crumbling a little bit. So it's very hard to say, Alan. I mean,
it's like, it's so confusing to me where the stock market and everything is going up, but then you hear things like on the back end. Is it just because there's just different levels of corporations and incomes? Like some are good and then some are struggling, some are bad. And then,
yeah, and I mean, well, you look at the market reacted to that Zion Bank, right? I mean, that was just a rumor, and the market just, went down dramatically. And then they kind of shore that up. So I think the market is personally, I think the stock market's really prime. If there's going to be some kind of shadow banking or some kind of systemic issue that comes up, I think the market's very prime for a pretty big correction. I think it's priced to perfection right now on the stock market side. And I saw a stat the other day about the amount of margin debt. I don't have that number in front of me, but if you Google margin debt right now, it's like at all-time highs for people trading the market. So I'm just personally, I see all the train wrecks as a bankruptcy attorney. So I am not a speculator when it comes to the stock market. I see too many people who get way too over their skis, and I never want to be on that side of the table. I can tell you that.
Like margin is you're borrowing money to buy stocks, right?
Yeah. You've got a stock portfolio of $1 million, and typically you can trade up to $2 million per, and that's a fairly common margin percentage. But the problem is when you start losing money, any brokerage has the right to sell your stocks without your consent to maintain the margin balance, which can create a cascading seller's market. So
right, because yeah, I never know what to think in those areas. It's so confusing right now to me. Well, maybe Carlos has an answer to what he sees as a financial advisor. But any questions for Mark? Okay, good. All right. So thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you for that information. So, Yvonne, are you there? Are you okay? You're on mute. You're on mute, Yvonne. You're on mute. Gosh. So, Yvonne, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Okay. Now
There
I
we
see.
go.
Okay. Hi.
Okay. Hi. How you doing?
Good,
Give me a
good.
second. We saw you in the car. It looked like your car was tumbling.
It was.
All
I was
righty.
on a ride from Anaheim back to my house in Long Beach.
Okay, good. Give us a second. We'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's go to Debra just to round out our members with I Trust Marketing. How's it going, Debra? What's new with us?
Well, pretty good. Working on a lot of our own stuff. I'm Debra from I Trust Marketing. Alan and I have our marketing company helping businesses with, their marketing, different platforms, whether it's online or offline. We do print, websites, AI now, the email marketing, different size businesses, different industries, small, large, from government to a storefront. And like I said, we've been working on our own stuff. I've been updating our Power Partners website with all the new members. So because we don't have to meet, it's not required to meet. I, invite you to go and see the Power Partner list and see their member page. Also, Alan and I, we manage the On Broadway Business Corridor website. So I'm planning on when I'm eventually going to see or call or email a lot of the businesses on the corridor. And while I do that, I'm also going to be pushing Power Partners, seeing if they need any sources and things like that. So that's always fun talking to these business owners. And then also don't forget, just for something that's coming up, is today is El Dorado Golf Course is having a mixer. So, and it's free. It's at 5:00. So we just want to let you guys know.
Yeah, a business mixer.
Yeah, I know this is new. This is a new thing they're having now. So every third Tuesday, they're going to be having a business mixer. So we're planning on going. And then in the meantime, for, the guests and new members for I Trust Marketing, you could visit our website, itrustmarketing.biz, and you'll definitely see, all our work. That's what people usually want to see is what the visual branding, what we do for other businesses. So please visit that. And then in the meantime, let's just all connect on LinkedIn too.
Great. Any questions for Debra?
What time's that mixer?
5.
Okay. And do you know what time it ends?
It says 5 to 8. I have the email in front of me. It's at the golf course. They kind of have that big tent area. So that
the
would be
tent
good for
area.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see you there, Yvonne.
You
Yeah.
might just see me there.
Okay. And you too, Jeff. We might see you over there, right by the putting green there.
What city is that in?
They
It's
have
in Long Beach.
it's
It's
a
here in
huge-
Long.
it's a huge parking lot too. So
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
free parking, which is nice.
yes.
Yeah. So if you get there early enough, you can hit a few balls.
That sounds good.
So yeah. So, for everybody's information, Deborah's the graphic designer. She's a graphic designer and she does all of the artwork for our clients' businesses and ours as well. So thank you, Debra. We'll go on. We'll move on to Kelly, or another new member. An existing member. Kelly has some updates for us too, right?
I do. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I have some really bad allergies right now. We have our 2026 salary guide that just came out. This is compiled from multiple industries, multiple companies, and the Staffing Industrial Association. So this is something I would love to share with you guys if you're interested. It just reviews what candidates are looking like, what hiring looks like for 2026. So anyone that's expecting to have to hire any employees or maintain employees during 2026, it's a really good guide to go by. So Alan, I can send you a copy that you can disperse out. And then anyone that would like to discuss with me, I'm more than happy to set up a call with you.
Yeah, I send out everybody's email. I'll send you the spreadsheet and you can send it to everybody. But what areas are you focusing on in recruiting and hiring?
We recruit everything. My team, like our company itself, does everything pretty much but medical. My office specifically does light industrial, warehouse, any admin. It's kind of there's so many opportunities. It's hard to like narrow it down to one silo. But the only thing we really don't touch on is medical or forklift drivers. So anything else we're able to assist with.
Okay, and it's contract to hire and perm placement?
And yeah, and direct hires.
Okay. So you act as the employer for some of your people that you place?
We do, absolutely.
Okay. All righty. Any questions for Kelly?
Kelly, do you do the catering industry?
We definitely can. It's something you and I can discuss if you'd like to, Yvonne. We
Okay,
can meet up at some point when I'm not under the weather.
that's okay, sweetie.
Okay.
I understand. Good to know. I love that. Okay.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you too.
Yeah. Okay. Before I introduce, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, we please send out that information to everybody and hope you feel better. Let's see here. Okay, before we introduce our new member, Yvonne Lovato from Creative to Unique Entertainment, let me update you on Power Partners information. First of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors that we're on November 3rd, we're having our, at the Ronald McDonald House, we're providing dinner for 50 families of critically ill children there. They stay at the Ronald McDonald House for free and right across from the Long Beach Memorial Hospital. And so, you know, as a kind of a community event supporting our medical community, I got us into this so we can go and network over there while we're providing food to these families for dinner at 6 o'clock. However, beforehand, from 3:30 to 4:30, we have their boardroom so we can have an in-person meeting, so we can also get together there in person and trade information. And I don't have the agenda set up just yet, but it's limited number of people. We have about 8 spots left, and there is a charge. And I'm going to start promoting this outside the network. I've only promoted it inside the network so far, but I'll reach out to everybody with information about if you want to attend, the cost, and then, but if you want to sponsor, we like I said, we want to thank our event sponsors, which is Option One Care. That's Arlene Moran. She's an event sponsor. Charles Chang from CMC Realty Property Management is an event sponsor as well. On top of that, I Trust Marketing is a sponsor, as well as Caught in the Moment Photography and Wolfgang Media. So they've pitched in to kind of cover the costs for feeding 50 families plus ourselves. So we need to know who's going to be there, and everything's set up. So I just want to bring in Yvonne now because I met Yvonne. You know, Yvonne's a new member, and I met her at the Seal Beach speed networking event that they were hosting. She was the last person I spoke to, and probably the best contact I made. But by the way, we're doing a lot of that on behalf of Power Partners, and we're doing a lot of cold calling. Fortunately, Candace is not on the call because I know I've been saying it, but we're going to start to use a virtual assistant to help me in the cold calls that we've been doing for recruiting new members. I have been testing it out, and it's been working pretty good. Nobody's hanging up on me because my script is pretty good. And we have a lot of prospects in the pipeline. And some of them I've already passed on as potential referrals for you as Power Partners. For instance, Miguel, did Sandra, did you guys connect yet? I sent that just last night, but did you see that email I sent? She's from a cold call I made yesterday of a bookkeeper. Let's see if Miguel hears me. But it's just an example of how we're leveraging our, cold calls that we make. And I see that it's working, so I'm going to hire Candace to do more because I can only do so much. But we'll dedicate somebody to help us recruit and place new people. I mean, not recruit and place, but recruit new Power Partners for the benefit of everybody. So Yvonne is a chef, and she's has a catering company. And I wanted to have just that for our event so that, we're not like, I don't know anything about catering and food prep and everything, and it has to be done right. So it's taking this on for us. She's coordinating everything. It takes a load off of us so we can enjoy the networking without the pressure of food prep. But there'll be a barbecue there. There'll be ovens and stuff going. So volunteers can help to assist Yvonne if they attend and want to help. But Yvonne will be coordinating on all that. So Yvonne Lovato, why don't you describe your business and explain what you do and some of your clients?
Well, excuse me, I've had my business almost 27 years, and probably 4 or 5 years prior. I started with helping out with the political party one year, probably 30 something years ago. One of my bosses was running for school board and she made it. But within that, when she was running her thing, you have to feed your crew. So she was ordering all this food from, all these different restaurants. And I finally told her, I can make that food. I go, quit ordering, because I'd go pick it up. I saw how much she was spending. So she started paying me for the food. And then within there, she had her friends that were working. They said, I want you to come and do it for my business, because I have luncheons and stuff. So that's basically how my business started in Cerritos. And then I just decided to quit my job at the time and do this full time. And it's been working out pretty good. I usually work Monday through Friday, all corporate accounts. And I love what I do. And in the process, I'm able to work with a lot of nonprofits. And what I do for the nonprofits, whatever I make, that's what I charge, whatever it costs me to make. So they save them a lot of money. Like, for instance, we did a breast cancer thing not too long ago. I mean, I fed 300 and something people, I think less than around almost $800. And we had a nice protein, dish, salad, dessert, some vegetables, bread, drinks, and include the alcohol. Somebody took care of that. But that was just to give you an idea. I do a lot of stuff with the Special Olympics. They have to feed their crew when they host tournaments, and usually I'll do the food for that and save them money. And then at school districts, they have teachers thank you day, or opening day for the teachers. I do a lot of those. Any nonprofit, I'll do that. And I do a lot of golf tournaments too. Sometimes there's golfers, they go, I don't know who's golfing, but you know how you go to a hole, I'll give them one of my sandwiches. It's a slider, but usually each hole has something. And I do some Rob Pukasaki on Channel 7 News. He's one of my good friends. He has a big golf tournament every year. It's called Heads Up, and that's one of the ones I do. And at the Los Alamitos, what's that school? It's not a school; it's a youth center. They have a golf tournament every year. I do little stuff like that, little sandwiches. For that, all those golf tournaments that I do, I have a specialty sandwich. It's called my buffalo chicken slider. That's my #1 sandwich that I made. And everybody loves it. So I stick with that, and they go, oh, here's the slider girl. And they love it. So it's something that I know they enjoy. So I always do that when I haven't mixed it up yet. So I do a lot of golf tournaments, and I love to run golf tournaments too. That's a good way to make some money and raise money for your
You
business.
actually you coordinate golf tournaments?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Wow.
And, I assist with them, and I like doing them because it's a lot of fun. Everybody's there to have fun. And just like you do, and it's funny because same with the food, everybody wants to eat, everybody loves to eat, and it's something that it opens up a door, and it's good for the people to meet and socialize and bond. You know what I mean? And I really believe in that, because some companies, I know a lot of companies, it's hard right now. I lost a lot. I mean, I lost some companies because they're working from home. As a matter of fact, I'm losing my Boeing at the end of this month. I'm not too happy about that, but somebody got the virus again. They decided to go ahead and work from home, but they'll have stuff here and there, like quarterly, they'll get together and meet, and we'll meet somewhere, and I'll bring them lunch or dinner or whatever they want. And they have going away parties and stuff. But one time I almost lost this really big account of mine because they got somebody new. And I said, listen, they look forward to a free lunch. Free lunch is a free lunch, and it brings the people together, and they're looking for that. And they bond and they meet and they get to spend time together, So I thank God I didn't lose that account, because the person goes, we don't need to be you bringing us lunch anymore, because, it's costing them money. Yeah, it costs them money, but at the same time, it helps the company. I really believe in that. And just like family dinners, it's nice to have a family dinner. And
Well,
you get
Yvonne,
Mhm.
Yvonne, just to mention, in this relationship building, this is why we want to have this at the Ronald McDonald House. Talking with you is, we're very happy that we found you, and you've had experience at the Ronald McDonald House.
Yes, I have.
So-
This is going to be like 8th time working over there. And let me tell you, folks, you're going to enjoy this event you do. It's one of my favorite ones to do ever. These families are so gracious, and whatever you bring them, they're happy. And I can even imagine, I have a special needs son. Thank you, Jesus. He's very high functioning, but it was a lot of work. And some of these people that are in this hospital, their stuff doesn't even compare to what I was going through. They have different issues, different ages. I mean, some of these babies are having heart surgery at 2 months, something crazy, and it's just to hear their stories, and for them to get a little break from the hospital. They come over here and relax. The doctors are going, go relax. And then they're right there. It's right across the street. So it's nice that they're able to come and relax for a minute. If something comes up, they go over there. They don't have to wait for it. They're not getting billed in a hotel. They have food there, they have snacks, and they can bring their own food too. But it's nice that they get a nice meal.
So
here and
Yvonne,
there.
yeah, so we're going to take advantage of that. I've seen it firsthand too. There's the human drama that goes on around a hospital,
Yes.
and there's highs and there's devastating lows.
Yes.
But so for the sake of time, thank you for joining Power Partners. Give you more
Excited.
information about how to learn about our Power Partners so that, you can refer business back. I'm
Yes.
sure you're going to get a lot of referrals from us, but any questions for Yvonne?
I got a quick question about your kitchen. So what do you have a place you do the kitchen to cook?
Oh
your food?
yeah, I have 3 kitchens I work out of.
Oh, okay.
And then there's this one place that I work, this one hotel. They don't have a license to cook. And Boeing, different companies go rent it. They have their meeting there. So because they rent the meeting, they get the kitchen. So I just do the food there. That's one of my locations. Then I have 2 other kitchens I work out of.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And nothing's too big and nothing's too small. I do small ones. I do some meals for people. I do prep food for people too. I prep up their meals and I drop it off. My girls drop it off, especially during the pandemic. I got a lot of extra customers from that, which the people knew I do catering. They go, well, I live over here. Can you bring me some prep meals? And just like the people have the keys to their house, my girls go in there, drop off their food, put it in the fridge or the counter or the whatever. And I do prep meals too.
So as you can see, she's got her whole operation organized with staff and help, and because there's a lot of work to that. But thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
nice to meet everybody.
We look forward to seeing you again in person on the 3rd of November.
Yes.
And I'll be in touch with you and some more details there. But thank you for all the work you've done so far to really, really kind of make this event a success. Okay, so we have a couple of prospects. Before I go there, Miguel, did you get the lead I sent you yesterday with Sanja?
I did. Thank you. Thank you, Alan.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be following up later today.
Okay, good.
Appreciate it.
So Jeffrey, you want to introduce Patrick, who you referred to Power Partners?
Yeah, absolutely. We got Patrick Pendia covers a good portion of northern Orange County and Long Beach. I've known him for a while now, and I thought he would be a great resource for the group and vice versa.
Welcome, Patrick. Let us know the name of your company again.
Yeah, I'm Patrick with the Window Genie. It's a franchise. It's under the Neighborly brand. There's a few other brands under there, but we're one of the brands that recently opened up here earlier this year. We're a window washing company for residential and commercial businesses. And then we have a few other verticals that we also provide, such as power washing, gutter cleaning, and spirit of things, holiday lighting this year.
Who tends to give you repeat referral business?
Right now, I'm mostly getting new clients or new customers just through my regular marketing strategy with my marketing team coordinators that I work with. And right now, mostly everything is going through Google and Google reviews and SEOs. And there's a few other marketing things that we're also in the mix of changing up and pivoting to maximize those marketing strategies.
Right, right. It's your name says BNI Playmakers as well. Are you in BNI
Oh
too?
yeah. Yeah, I'm in BNI as well. So I'm in a few other, or I'm in another networking group as well. So I'm just out there trying to get my name out and my company out there too. It's a very highly competitive market out here. So it's
Yeah.
best to get out and meet as many, small business owners as well, in the community as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, we try to differentiate ourselves from BNI and other networking groups by, meeting monthly on Zoom to kind of cut down on travel time and food costs and everything on those particular meetings that they do at a restaurant. But have you found networking helpful to you?
it's helped. I've gotten a few referrals already, through the BNI group, but I'm looking to expand more and be part of or looking, to venture out to other networking groups as well.
Yeah. Because what we try to do is explain your business to our members. Because, as you can see, not everybody that's in the group is here, nor could we handle everybody in a meeting. Tends gets overwhelming. So we are going to have some different meeting, including office hours in by segment, like financial or real estate, where we'll invite those people and prospective members in those areas as well. It's just as kind of an idea just to make sure that our meetings are productive, and we don't want them to be boring. We want them to be productive. And but back to you. Do you have any questions about Power Partners, or is anybody you would want to meet that we can introduce you to?
Right now, I'm looking to get introduced to more on the property management groups
Okay.
and managers, especially those that have multiple properties. But yeah.
Okay.
What
'Cause
about
I know-
residential real estate agents? I think we have one or two in the group.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that Charles is actually looking for some workers. The ice chased away a bunch of his people, and so he had lost some working staff. But he has I don't know how we'd have to introduce you so you guys can align what you guys do to see what he needs and how you can help him. But I'll make that introduction for sure.
Sure.
Any questions for Patrick?
Where are you located, Patrick?
I'm over here in Long Beach by El Dorado Park, and I service most of Long Beach all the way to Anaheim, so north part of Orange County.
Okay.
Do you have a set territory?
I do, but the franchise isn't restricting me into the territory, so I can go venture outside of my territory because I'm currently the only franchise for Window Genie in the Southern California area. So I can reach out further if I wanted to.
Okay. Can you go to that mixer tonight? We can meet in person there too.
I can try to make it. Yeah.
Okay. It's right by where you live. So yeah, we're going to go. Any other questions for Patrick? Well, Patrick, thanks for your attendance here. Thanks for the referral, Jeff. A lot of, in the process of recruiting, member referrals is probably the best for signing on people. The ones that we recruit cold take time. They're in the pipeline. So there's a lot of follow-up and convincing that we have to do, but we appreciate all the member referrals. But thank you, Patrick. Let's go on to the last person here, which is Carlos, who is also from a member referral. I think Phil referred you to us, right, Carlos?
Yes, Fiercer Killian.
Yeah, yeah. So let us know your company and what you do and who you're looking to meet as Power Partners.
Sure. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a great time to be here with you guys, get to know you and your businesses and what we do and how we can maybe collaborate together, of course, to support each other. So thank you for this opportunity, first of all. Our company's called Golden Phoenix Financial Alliance and Insurance Solutions. So we cater to businesses and individuals offering tax advice solutions for the business, individual retirement plans. So if somebody has a 401k that's been sitting there for a while, not doing anything, we can help them with that, roll that over into a product that is going to benefit to their benefit and protect their money. Excuse me, we also have retirement planning. So like, for example, immediate annuities, fixed annuities, things like that. So again, for retirement planning, or also including for children's education. So a parent has 2 kids, Then say for their children's education, we can provide something called an index universal life insurance that has cash accumulation where they can take the money out when they need it to pay for whatever. No taxes, no penalties, because it's your own money. So this is after tax money to do with what they please. And it comes under the umbrella of insurance. So they have the protection. So you have life insurance protection and cash accumulation. We also offer term policies. So for example, I call it mortgage protection. A family of four, the breadwinner, we offer them a term policy for, let's say, for the term of the mortgage, 30 years, or until the children leave the house. So in case, God forbid, happens to that breadwinner, the beneficiary will receive a lump sum, and they could do with it whatever they please. Either pay off the mortgage, be debt free of that, or just keep paying the mortgages. And what we do before that is we also put in there how much it would cost to provide education for the children. So we include the education in that face amount. So then the money is available for the children's education should they choose to do that. Unlike a 529 plan, which is strictly set up for education. And if they don't use it, they lose it. But as of recent, I believe they made the change to that where they can use that money into a retirement solution, the 529 plan. So that's what we do. We also do estate planning, revocable living trust, irrevocable trust. A lot of people say, I don't have any kids. I don't have any family. If I pass away, and it's not a big deal. But do you have a charity? Do you have a business you like? The money can go to them, or even for a church. So it can go anywhere. So we offer solutions for all kinds of people that have needs for the retirement or to protect their income, protect their money, basically. So we offer protection services. A lot of people don't know about these products because, for one, they have been educated on them. They're not really known very well unless somebody brings it to their attention. And most companies only offer 401ks, which, as we know, it's susceptible to the market, taxes, fees, volatility, and the money you earn or the money you accumulate pre-taxed is going to be taxed at a later time at who knows what rate. So the money you have today could be significantly less when the person goes to take out that 401k. And again, volatile to market susceptible to loss. So we offer solutions. In addition to, it's great to have a 401k if they have a company match, but then you want to have something else, either for diversification. So in case something happens, they lose their job, the company goes belly up, then what do you do? And then as you get older in life insurance, it's more costly. So it's better to get it when you're younger, build it up, because the one thing we don't have is time. And this affords you time to save for the future tax-free. We call it tax-free retirement, or be your own bank. Some have used the word before. So that's what my company does. That's what I do. And my challenge is meeting clients that want these products or that can sell these products to, and introduce them to these products. And that's one of my main focuses with trying to get with this group, is trying to get that marketing in.
Right. Any questions for Carlos?
I have a question, Carlos.
Yes, Miguel.
Hey, Alan, thank you. Hey, Carlos. So do you help with the creation of trust? Like people that don't have a trust are looking to set up a trust. Do you help with that as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I have a few clients that are always asking if I knew someone, if I know someone. So it'll be good to connect after for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because as you know, thank you for that question, Miguel. Thank you for that. As we know, when someone passes away, if they don't have a structure set up in a estate or trust, it's going to go to probate. And that's going to take forever to resolve. Well, I shouldn't say forever. It's going to take a couple of years at least, and it's going to be costly, which is a huge inconvenience. The person lost their loved one or their loved ones, and now they have to go through attorneys, courts, whatever, to fight for that. So thank you, man. That's a great question. Yeah, protection is the best way to do that with a trust.
Also, is the cost related to like the number of I guess real or personal property they want to list in the trust, or is that just is it case by case?
It's case by case. Yes, good question.
Okay.
Again, it just depends on what they want. How complicated, how easy it is, or how complicated it can be. Yes.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll welcome any more questions. Well, thank you for this opportunity to speak, and great meeting you, everyone here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about in that financial world. Before we close out, I mean, we have, our meeting goes to 12:15, but if anybody has to leave at 12 or needs to go, fine. Thank you for attending. But I guess, Carlos, I just wanted your take on the economy and the stock market versus what Mark was saying. Like, how do you view things like, I know you don't do stocks
Mhm.
in particular, but you're in that world. Like, what are you seeing as positive and negative?
Well, of course, there's a lot of advantages in the stock market or, in the market. We're more focused on protecting the wealth versus, and also the cash accumulation in a safe environment. We're not too focused on stocks because first of all, we don't know about them. That would be more like an advice. Let me back up a little bit. I'm speeding up a little bit. My title is consultant. So as a consultant, I provide products to you that could be of benefit to you. Whereas an advisor does the research and says, here's what you should get, here's what you need to get, just sign here, and that's what the person does. So it kind of advise the person on which way to go and which direction to go. I'm more on the side of helping them just protect their wealth, protect the family's wealth, and
So, like, you don't worry, you're not worried about the volatility of the stock market. Because
no,
you're focused on the asset protection.
right. And these products have what's called a floor and a cap. So if the market does zero, you're at zero. You don't earn anything, but you don't lose anything. Unlike another account, like a 401k, if the market goes 15% negative, you're going to lose 15%. And it takes years for it to come back up. These products have a floor of zero, so you don't lose any money.
Right.
Guaranteed not to lose.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah, so long story short, we don't deal with any stocks or anything like that.
okay, good to know. Just trying to clarify.
Yes.
Any other last discussion while we're together? Any news or updates from anybody? The member price for our November 30 event is $25. I'll email that out. If you come to our meeting, that includes our meeting and at the Ronald McDonald House tour dinner. So it's a good deal. And looking forward to that. That's the next thing we'll have in person. So with that, unless anybody has anything to add, I think we're done.
Alan, I'll throw this out. I'm still looking to hire an associate broker. We're growing our team. So anyone that's in commercial real estate that might be looking to switch firms, anybody that's in residential real estate that might be looking to switch industries, or just a seasoned sales person would be great introductions for me.
Okay. And is that also something that Kelly can help with?
I already talked to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I'll connect with you. You and I could talk
It's
about it.
okay. It's an independent contractor position. It's commission based, so it's can be challenging, right? Just
Yeah.
because of the sales nature and the real estate nature. So it's
Well,
not Kelly and I have been chatting, and it's just not a perfect fit for her, which is fine. She's
if
got her
you
feelers out.
if you send me a little write-up of what you have, I'll put that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And thanks again to our sponsors. I think we still have room for the meeting. But I think everything's in good shape. Looking forward to seeing people there. And I'm trying to bring people from the hospital over there as well. So that's because I volunteer there at the hospital. Well, yeah, like the other thing is, we should talk about having some kind of tournament next year, for Power Partners, nothing too big, just to get people out there and playing. But
Yeah.
networking and things like that, it's totally doable. It's just a matter of organizing it. Now with Yvonne, we got some help.
Yeah, I love to help with that. I
expertise.
love doing the golf tournaments. They're always fun.
Some expertise there.
Yeah.
So good. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm really grateful for everybody's support, and you're going to see a lot from Power Partners, happening fast. So be ready.